We're on Gemini. Because we feel, and when we use we use our feelings to gain clarity in our thinking. Number 15. Because it's heart value-based system thinking rather than destructive, repetitive, habitual, domesticated, conditioned societal thinking. And then there's the ability to cross-pollinate, to integrate, to include everyone, because we've done our own journey of evolution inwards, our own journey of involution to co-conscious of the multiple selves in one body, however that expresses for the individual. So then we feel compassion and patience and kindness and gratitude and appreciation and acceptance for ourselves. And then truly we can then show that and apply that to others. What you want to be known, what is believed about, use the quickest way, and information to explain, communication about, resulting from the fluctuations of. Third house of messages, number 27. And the third house, which is also communication, 41. By making the right connections, the idea in question, get your ideas going. Your ideas, short-term thinking and trips, who or what is around you. So this is great for us. It may seem a bit complex, but it's great for us because we're multitasking and doing many things at once, although we are going to have to change the pattern of our legs. We surprisingly actually are enjoying this more and more. But we do enjoy it when we're on. No, not all of us enjoy doing this stuff, but some of us do. But I think more of us are getting to enjoy it. I really think there's been a shift, which is great. And we're getting to be co-conscious and aware in the present moment. And we just said we think we enjoy it. And we've gone into the Gemini energies of thinking and lacking the focus then from the Capricorn. Because Capricorn was the opposite of Cancer. Now we're in the blind spot of Cancer. So we've lost the structure and the focus. Even to say the word structure, we're going to say structure. I think it's not very easy to mix structure and focus. Structure is a hard word. So Gemini's, potentially, if Gemini is Cancer's blind spot, it would be the energies of Gemini that Cancer finds hard, because they're probably the energies that are in denial because you can't see them, they're blind. That's where when the people that we get angry with, the people that we make judgments about, or the systems we make judgments about or assumptions, are our guides and our teachers to our triggers of our blind spots. And Capricorn is the future energies of Gemini. So Geminis probably find it really hard to create structure. That's on the simple sun signs, but you might have a planet in your Gemini. Okay, what are you doing to keep coming and going, Amy? We're intrigued. It's lovely to have you here and that we're not on our own doing this. Mind you, yeah, it's wonderful. Thank you for sharing your energies. We look forward to seeing you back in a minute. So yes, that's interesting, just to notice how our energies change then, because we do watch tarot readers and see how they change themselves depending what energies they go into. But a lot of tarot readers, when they do change their energies, or when they go into different energies, they say how they think it's the collective energies and they don't think it's their energies. Whereas for us, when we go into an energy, how that energy impacts us is part of us as well. So if we're going into an energy and we're finding that energy tricky, or we're not managing to connect to that energy or something, then those energetics in our body have disconnections. So it's for us, that's the kind of it's almost the blame mentality. It's not taking responsibility. The awareness of many thoughts about or from. So this is Mercury, the planet. Many words. Well, we've gone into Gemini, we've gone into many words. So it'll be interesting to watch this back to see the difference energy when we're in each one. Communicate, analyze, Let your mind tell you how to. It's interesting how we've done, that's the card that goes down there. So we're noticing our mistakes. So when we change habitual patterns, the hardest thing when we going to change our patterns, it's not releasing the denial and becoming aware. The hardest thing we've found is, once we're aware, is actually staying awake and being aware in the moment when we're doing something or being someone that we don't like, and that we're not able to change in that moment. And so we have to eat that however many times it happens until we're able to change. That's the hardest thing that we find. Number 20, Mercury, the messages. And the cards of Gemini, the ones that we got earlier at the start, the Lovers. Number 6, number 1, the Magician, which is Mercury that rules the planet, Magician, that rules Gemini. And then Gemini is mutable, so it's the end of the last 10 degrees. It's 20 to 29 degrees of the Astro sign. So it's the 8, 9 and 10s. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. The Moon, to be inspired and create change. Let's start the Gandhi quantum ripple effect by being the change we want to see in the world. Okay, losing our focus again, my lovelies. Rule of the shoulders, it's Mercury, planet Mercury, mutable, air sign. Rule of the shoulders, the hands, the arms, bronchial tubes, lungs, nervous system. And the dice singular, die plural. It is, isn't it? Thank you. We've got 2. Cancer. Tito pom more. That's awesome. So we've just done a triangulation round trip of Cancer, because we started with Cancer, we did Cancer's opposite of Capricorn, and then we did Cancer's blind spot of Gemini to end up back in Cancer energies. And there's become a balance and a wholeness in all of those systems, parts of the body. And we believe we're really present right now. And look at that. Saturn's the rule of Capricorn. Those energies were there as well. Saturn, the collective energy of Saturn of Capricorn is house 10, Gemini 3, Cancer 4. So we've got the 2, the 3, the 4 of the consecutive. Our Saturn is actually in house 2. Our Cancer's house 5. I think that came up earlier. So when we do this back and watch it, yeah, you guys are going to get really excited, aren't you? Oh, that's fabulous. So what's the card? We're just pulling a card like this out of the pack. Now we've gone to the bottom. The body's chosen. The body's gone to the bottom. The bottom is the foundation. It's gone deep. We've created a firm, balanced, strong, flexible structure of patterning to be able to go deeper down into more foundations. The Needle, 41. Didn't we get 14 somewhere before as well? 41 is a self-discipline. So we're gaining more self-discipline to stay committed. Needle, mend, because we're mending our everything. That's what we were going to say. We're so present in the moment that everything we talk about is so present that it's aligned with our body. So what we're talking about, and because we're expressing it, is going to be creating slack and release in the body, so that there is this energetic weaving and mending between the wool and the knitting sticks, between the needle and the thread. For us, we talk about the thinner threads being nasal breathing, the thicker threads being mouth breathing. You've got all of the rainbow colours of the threads. 41, self-discipline, which you need for moderation. 14, so then you've got the 5th limb of yoga, freedom from the desires of the senses. So the devil, shadow energies of excess or in excess don't take over anymore. So there's 4 different parts here, and we're going to start here and then go round. The eye hole of a needle. in the deepest, darkest depths of Nidavellir, the craftiest, most magical elves hammer and forge at the tiniest personal precious gift they can offer any soul. With this wondrous pointed pin, all the cuts and wounds inflicted through life might be stitched back together again. The alchemy of precision healing and curing, mending all, correcting directions and stemming pains with invisible seams. Well, that little round of astro energies has really danced beautifully for us.